Welcome to the Highly Sensitive Alpha Male Podcast. I am your host, Jared Terrell. It's the depression episode. It's the depression edition. Oh man, every day is the depression edition for me, anyway. Oh, it's so sad, Muffin. Come on, who hurt you? So many people. So many people. Yeah. Sorry, drinking green tea. Trying to drink less caffeine coffee. Because it stresses me and gives me anxiety, and then it ruins my life. Yeah, so green tea is good because it has some caffeine, but it also has L-theanine, which is it's not a chemical. What is it? It's a vitamin. It's a compound that calms you down. Basically, is what it does. It's a relaxation. It's a mineral, I believe. It's a relaxation mineral. So, yeah, that's helping, I think. I don't know. I've gotten so sensitive that I can only drink half and half when it comes to caffeine now, at least in the morning for myself. So I've when I say half and half, I mean half decaf, half regular. Um, one of my old therapists suggested it, and I was doing like 1/3 decaf, 2/3 regular last year. And then I just noticed, like, even with that, like, I'm so fucking sensitive that literally I could have a sip of coffee and notice the difference. Like, my anxiety would be jacked. And that sounds ludicrous, but some people are that sensitive, you know? I was talking to this lady on the subway, and she says she feels it even from decaf coffee, which sounds crazy to me because there's so little caffeine in that. But, anyways, yeah. So now it's like I'll have a cup of coffee in the morning, half of it's decaf, so it's really only half a cup. Then I have another one in the afternoon. So really, I'm drinking a cup a day, and I think it's even still too much. I'm still just my anxiety's jacked so often. It sucks, and I will have the odd like Americano when I'm out, and for some reason that seems to be okay. I can tolerate that. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm out. Um, and that leads us. Well, actually, it doesn't lead us. What I was going to say was, I think that's because I'm at home. And now that leads us to our topic of the day, depression. Um, and it leads us to that because I feel like I am far more depressed when I'm at home. And that's hard when you live in Canada or anywhere where it gets cold in the winter, which is a big part of the globe. Because it's fucking freezing out and miserable, and you don't want to leave the house. And then that just ties into your depression, because when you're depressed, you don't want to leave the house, even though you want to get out of the house. It's this crazy push and pull. But yeah, I find I'm more depressed when I'm at home, and I'm not sure why that is. Maybe because I'm completely alone and I have all the opportunity to reflect and on how shitty I feel, or think about things about myself I don't like, or ruminate, as they say. Yeah, ruminate basically. And but yeah, that's, you got to get out of the house. You know, that's am I giving tips on this fucking thing? I don't know. I guess I'll talk about what works for me, some of which I haven't been able to participate in lately, which is number one, the gym. You know, I was with family for 3 days, 4 days around Christmas, and then I went into meditation retreat, and my gym has limited hours right now too. So it's like, I have not had any opportunity to hit the gym the last 10, 12 days, which is really devastating for my mental health. So that's number one, man. If you can exercise, it really is medicine. Exercise medicine. There's just no doubt. Um, I feel completely, I don't want to say completely different, but it's a huge help, you know, to the mood, and my body too. Like, if I'm not jogging at least once every 3 days, my back is just a wreck, upper and lower. It's fucked. Like, I have such bad back pain. I have like this upper weird kind of neck pain sometimes, and like in my muscles, it just, and when I'm running, it's just gone. So there's that. Sunshine. um, you know, it's weird because the one of the reasons I left Vancouver, one of the many reasons, hate it there, was because it's fucking rainy and cloudy all the time. I mean, the first time I went to Mexico, they're like, "Where are you from?" Vancouver. Oh, Vancouver! Like they were busting our balls. They were making fun of us. Like the world is making fun of us. We're a laughing stock. But yeah, it's very very dreary, and I can't handle it. And we've been having that here in Toronto. Like it looks like the sun is trying to creep out right now, but I don't think I've seen the sun in 13 days or something. My aunt was keeping count, and then I started keeping count. I'm like, this is concerning. Which is unusual here because yes, it's way colder, but you see the sun more, so it's that trade-off. And I'd rather face brutal cold but see sun than warmer, temperate but dreariness. But again, that's the hard thing. That's what we all face. Is that shit weather coast to coast in Canada, coast to coast. Doesn't fucking matter where you live. It's shit during winter. It sucks. It's why I plan on living somewhere warm the rest of my life. When I was in Thailand and Indonesia for 6 months, sweating every day. It was sunny all the time, most of the time, and hot, and I did not get tired of it. At the end of the 6 months, I'm just like, I'm gonna miss this heat. I was coming back mid-May, so I'm like, okay, well, temperatures will be fine, but they'll be cooler. They'll be like 12, 13, not 25, 30. I'd rather have 25, 30. So that's my constitution is I never get tired of the sun. I never get tired of the heat. And I mean, sometimes when you're dripping, it's just like, God, this is let me sleep. But I like the drip also. So yeah, so number one, exercise. Number two, sunshine. And what I actually do is I'll just use tanning beds. I know maybe that sounds kind of like, well, I don't know how that sounds, but I don't give a shit. It actually really does help. It makes a difference. I find that, yeah, I'll just do 6, maybe 7 minutes a couple times a week, and it actually does make a difference. A few people told me about it, and so I finally tried it. I'm like, hell, I'll try anything during these months. And then, of course, connecting with people, that's probably the biggest one. And I don't know, it's just so easy to isolate and not see people, and when you don't have a partner, then it's, I don't know, is it worse? Because I don't like dumping my shit on people. I don't like being a burden to anyone. I've been in relationships where, like my first ever relationship, I was 19, like my first serious relationship, she always dumped on me, and it was fucking hard. And I like, first time I was in love, first time I had sex, right? So then you're even more infatuated with the person. I would just like, I put aside my life for her, like she was having crises and I would miss acting class to like just be with her, which and I shouldn't have done that, like in retrospect, I think I was in scene study. So I was probably fucking over my acting partner, but I was just like, no, I was being a good boyfriend, but like, yeah, I was getting super lost in the relationship, like you do at times. You're young, don't have boundaries and all that. And then last relationship, I don't know. I think I probably dumped sometimes. I'm sure I did because my mental health was bad at times. So I just don't want to be on either side of that. Like, take care of your shit. Your partner is there to support you, to be your cheerleader, but like they're not there to be your therapist. They're not whatever. All this shit I'm saying is just, we all know this, right? Yeah. But I don't know. Depression's so hard, man. I don't I don't think they're ever gonna figure it out because it stems from so much shit. Like it stems from poor self-image and deep-seated trauma and shit that has happened to us. When people have a bout of depression and then they get over it, it wasn't because of some heavy, deep-seated shit. Like say a loved one passes away, or you go through a really bad breakup, or you lose your job. People will go into a deep depression after that happens, but then they get out of it. They'll go on meds for 6 months, a year, maybe 2 years tops, and then they're good again. It's like you don't have depression. You had a bout of depression, even if it was clinical. You had it for a period of time. It was situational, and then you got over it. You got better. You healed, and you moved on. But when we're talking about clinical depression that's with you forever, I don't know, man. Like I've tried so many different things, and they're out there trying so many different things. All these clinical trials with psychedelics, things like psilocybin, ketamine. I did ketamine, right? It helped, but I don't know what the answer is. I'm doing trauma therapy right now, and honestly, right, it feels like I'm getting worse at this moment. It feels like it's not helping. It feels like it's just opening up a ton of shit. And my therapist did say that you're gonna go through some hard times. It's just naturally because you're just opening this stuff up, right? So it's it might be really really hard sometimes. But it kind of feels like it's like that all the fucking time, man. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. I have no answers. Um, I honestly don't even know why I'm recording this episode. I guess I just wanted to share. January is a hard month, Holidays are over. It's cold. There's not really anything to look forward to. Break's done. It's back to work. Unless you like your job or love your job, you're lucky enough to love your job. It's like, it's kind of a bummer, right? Let's be honest. Like, back to the same old, right? So yeah, so it's a tough time for all of us, and then you just add the state of the world, and it's like, where are we going from here? Like, how are things gonna get better? I don't know. I don't understand how things can possibly get better. And that sounds so fucking bleak. Um, and I'm sorry. It's just that's where I'm at. And when I'm looking at the world, just these tiny little snapshots I have, because I don't watch the news, but I'll just see little snippets here and there, and stuff people tell me. I'm like, holy shit, what a nightmare. And like, I have no real adversity that I'm dealing with. Like, I'm whatever. Okay, I have, it's fucking mental health shit, and I'm unfulfilled professionally and stuff. But people's cities are being decimated. Like there's 2 year long, what is it, 2 year long drought in Kenya, and just all the fucked up shit that happens in Africa, with gangs and just, I don't even want to get into it. It's, I don't know. Oh man, this is a great podcast. This is really good. I'm super psyched that I decided to record it. Um, but no, it's I'm doing everything I can, and I'm really excited to go back to the gym tonight to get my sweat on. You know what I mean? And I remember saying to my therapist, like, if I could just have an anchor, because I was really stressed out when I got back from Thailand, just trying to find a home. It was chaos. It's really, really bad in Toronto right now. I think in all of Canada, but especially Toronto, trying to find a place to live, it's fucking insane. Everyone comes here, right? I read that the UN deemed Toronto the most multicultural city in the world, which is surprising to me because I would have thought it'd be New York, but we are. We really are. And, again, no offense to my American neighbors, no one's getting shot up every other minute. So it's safe here. It's safer here. It just is. It's safer here. Um, And Canadians are so nice. But everyone's coming here, and we're letting everyone come here, which is great. We need immigration. Immigration is good, but also if you can't house your own fucking people, stop letting other people in. That's just basic common sense. Like, it's fucked up. Like, I'm a citizen of this fucking country, and it took me 5 months to find a decent place to live, and I still don't like it because the walls are thin as shit. And my fucking roommate's an alcoholic. Probably shouldn't say that, but whatever. He knows he needs help, and no one knows who he is. But dude gets blackout and comes home. It's very fucking uncomfortable for me. So, but I can't leave. I'm not, fuck that, man. I took 5 months of just bouncing around from place to place. I'm done. I'm spent. Fuck that. I don't have it in me to try to find another place to live. So yeah, it's tough times. And then how do you stay positive? How do you get through when, you struggle with something like depression? And I realized a while ago, but I think I really came to terms with it, this past 6 months. Happiness is not a choice. It's fucking bullshit. People that say that are people that don't fucking understand. They never had to deal with like serious mental health shit, or maybe they have, but they were somehow miraculously able to get over it. I've tried fucking everything, man. You know how much money, how many tens of thousands of dollars I've spent on therapies, how many hundreds of thousands of hours I've spent fucking doing the work. Okay? But happiness is not a choice. That's bullshit. That's so fucking simple. Sometimes life is shit, and you can't just be, I'm just gonna be happy, like, just with that fucking shitting rainbows and puppy dogs. Go fuck yourself. I don't have any room for that kind of fucking bobble-headed, overly optimistic bullshit. Apparently, toxic optimism is a thing, so that's what that is. Let's be real. It's not a choice sometimes. It's a choice to carry on. That's what the choice is. Really, what the choice is, positivity is a choice. You can choose to be positive amidst adversity, amidst pain, amidst tragedy. You can still choose to be positive if you want. Sometimes you just need to be sad. It's like, fuck off. Just let me feel this shit. I don't want to have to try right now. This is where I'm at. Just let me be. Right? But yeah, that trite fucking simplistic mentality that happiness is a choice. No. You think you think people in Ukraine, you think happiness is a choice for them? You think fucking people in Palestine and Israel, it's a choice for them? You think, like people being sold into fucking like human trafficking, people sold into sex slavery, that's a choice? Go fuck yourself. Okay? Wow. I didn't expect so much anger. That's where I'm at. So, but yeah, I feel like I should be helping right now. I feel like I should be like, hey, motivation and fucking let's just brighten someone's day, and it's good, and yeah, I got ideas to share there, guys. Listen, fella, I'm here to wake you up and show you the good life. And I don't fucking know. Like, I'm doing this because I want to help and I guess share some kind of, the hope is to share some kind of joy and levity and laughter and information and just humanity, right? If what comes out of this is just someone feeling less alone or someone entertained, I consider myself an entertainer. That's like who I am as a person. That's why I need to act. I need to do comedy. It's just in me. It's like I have to get it out. I have to get it out and I also have to do it. Like, characters are in me, and doing them feels so fucking good. Doing voices feels so fucking good. That's why when you meet an actor and sometimes they're like, oh, like they're all over the place, and you're exhausted. You're like, oh my god, fuck off. It's sometimes we just got to do that shit. Other times they're just narcissists and want the spotlight or want to be the center of attention, and it's annoying, but that's kind of what that is. Wait, what? What was I talking about again? Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, so I want people to be entertained and touched, I would say, maybe inspired even. Why not? Right? I used to do a lot of posts on social media, like on Facebook, especially, just sharing. A lot of it was about depression. I have a YouTube channel that's about mental health. JT's Mental Health Talk. Super cool name. But yeah, I don't know. People seem to resonate with what I shared, so I guess I just thought I would do that in podcast form. But sometimes you got to plan for podcasts. When it's interesting, when I'm doing a video, it's kind of just comes out and it's pretty organic and it feels like I'm sharing some good points. But when I'm doing when I'm doing the podcast, it's harder. Maybe because there's a fucking mic and a screen in front of me, and there's a camera where I can see myself, so it's distracting, bouncing back and forth. Maybe I feel more on the spot. Yeah, I don't know. But things don't come as easily when you're doing this. So, anyways, I think that's about time to wrap it up. Yeah, just keep on keeping on, and I'm gonna keep on keeping on. And if we keep keeping on, then there'll be things that are kept on. That makes sense, right? All right, I'm out of here. Peace out. Thanks for listening. It's still recording. I tried to hit stop, but it didn't hit. I'm a professional. I'm a professional podcaster, and that's what's happening. Stop listening right now. This is terrible. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.